Hey, what's going on, Jeff? Morning, Jeremy. How you doing, bro? Just getting a little sanding done here. Lone Wolf. Smo, what's going on, bro? I got my my first build going on here. I'll give you a quick look at it. My first build with modern materials. we'll call it. So don't be too harsh. What's up, Hoggy? Please don't be too harsh on me. It is my first. I had another one going with that carbon fiber, but that carbon fiber is very problematic, unfortunately. And I don't know. We'll have to see how that project ends up turning out. But I figured we would go with a core for the first time, keep everything nice and even and straight and all that stuff, and see how things go. I was kind of disappointed, I guess. Hey, what's up, Chad? I was kind of disappointed, I guess, on how that carbon fiber was working out with the copper in it. It was very, I don't know how to say it, but it was like, yeah, Leon, I'm on vacation, buddy. It was flaking off and everything. It was causing all kinds of problems with me. So while I was working it, it was kind of chipping off where the holy shit, I saw something shiny and I completely forgot. Yeah, so it started to flake off wherever the copper was. It seems that there's like layers. It's almost like they poured carbon fiber over it, if that makes any sense. And got like a swirl going. So I really don't think there's much sanding I can do to that material, unfortunately. And it causes, it's kind of a disappointing look, actually. It caused quite a bit of trouble. And it was basically, I don't know, not nearly as nice as I wanted it to be. And I also went a little bit too thin with my materials. So it was kind of like a learning experience. The next time around, I definitely won't put as much glue. I ended up covering it in glue all over the place. I was not really economical with it, and it's caused me some issues. So for me to sand all that down after and make it look cool or respectable, I think will be very difficult. However, so far, considering this is my first one that I will be completing, I'm pretty happy with the way this one's turning out. Have a look. So far, she's looking pretty good. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the clips yet. If I'm just going to use some straight up G10 or what I'm going to use on that. I'm not sure if I'm going to use just a G10 on there, and or if I'm going to put like a steel clip in there or something like that. But I'm definitely a riv nut guy, so we're going to go with the. Yeah, man, I'm pretty happy, Smo. I'm pretty happy the way it's turning out. This one seems to be okay. All my holes wound up being pretty much even. I got some carbon fiber pins in there. I got to use my router for the first time, which was pretty badass. I'm pretty happy with the way it's turning out. We'll see how it all works out in the end when I'm done and finished. But I think it will be not so bad at all. I need something a little bit smaller to be able to fit in that little cleft chin down at the bottom of that thing. So what's everybody up to? You guys just chilling? Yeah, I've used a router before, Smo, but never one on a table. I was always using it for big wood projects, for example. So I was like, you know, holding the router and moving it around the table. I never actually used one on a table and moved a tiny little piece like this. I've always been pretty well aware of how catastrophic an accident could be with that thing. So I've always a little bit, I was always a little bit on like nervous about using it. But the table is an absolute absolute boss of a tool, I got to tell you. So I got two big ones for woodworking at home, basically set up on a big old table and everything. But unfortunately, that I was missing some pieces, and the gap was too big in the table, and those little donut things that you use to, you know, to kind of drop your to keep the hole from being too big, so you don't drop your pieces in. We're all missing on that thing. So, oh man, I got a pretty good groove there. That's going to take some work. So I ended up having to really go to town on that. And anyway, here we are, finishing everything up with by hand, because I had a whole bunch of failures, unfortunately, with my tools. I had this little Dremel. It's got one of those little rubber bits on it that you can. Hey, buddy, you being good? Here you go. If you're going to be good, you get one of these. If you're going to be a weasel, you don't get none. Can you give my bro a shout out? Nice try. Nice try, Elijah. You might have to, you're going to have to be more creative than that to catch old ETO, buddy. Yeah, so far it's looking pretty clean, and the inside definitely needs a shit ton of work, no doubt. I'll get to that one at the end, but for the most part, this thing is looking pretty good. I got to clean up these little clips in here and get inside that little dimple. I might have to go run inside real quick and grab a different marking pen. Something a little bit smaller that I can get into that hole with. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. We're making a slingshot, buddy. Smokey, we're making a slingshot. I don't know. I'm kind of liking this. I'm only using 400 grit on here, but I'm kind of liking that finish. I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to see if I can go a little bit higher with the, maybe the 600. And we'll see how it finishes up. I just got this last little, groove or scratch that's in there. I got to kind of get out on this little bend. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe I'm just being too picky, but once that guy's gone, we'll really start working in that cup. But how do you guys like it? Do you guys like the do you guys like your cores polished so they're like mirror, or do you prefer them kind of like a brushed finish? I think I'm actually leaning towards the brush finish. Yeah, this one's probably just about Just about done. A little bit waterlogged too. Yeah, I'm gonna have to run inside and get myself a smaller pen or pencil or something, because this guy ain't cutting it. That I was so disappointed, man, when I was setting up that when I was setting up the that carbon fiber one, and I was like, ah, shit, I put glue on it, and wasn't really sure how much epoxy I should use, but sure enough, I ended up going a little hard, and well, it was a total disaster. Give me 1 second. What's going on, Creedster? Got a little frame in the works here. Just getting some wet sanding going. I got to really do some work in that cup and down in here, but the rest of it's actually looking pretty good. Pretty happy the way it looks. Not entirely sure what I'm going to do with the clips yet. I was thinking about maybe putting like a steel clip on there, something similar to match the color of the aluminum core, or just black G10. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. We'll see. I want it to look cool though. I'll be right back. That's wood though. That's going to cause me problems. Yeah, I know. You can hear me chatting to myself in here. Some say it's a sign of intelligence. Maybe I'm just batshit crazy. Who knows? That'll do. All right. There we go. Thanks, Crazy Crunch. Appreciate you, man. Let's take half that off. I got a build I'm doing, a new design. Came up with, oh, cool. Way better. I just had the pup outside running in the backyard trying to tire him out so he isn't nearly as annoying as usual. Yeah. I love that crazy bastard, but man, he's a handful. For a slingshot to shoot all the time, I think a satin finish is good. Only needs to be shiny for a showpiece. Agreed. I love the color scheme on the ads. It hits my channel colors too, you know, so I figured I would give it a whirl. I didn't succeed with my bands. They were so inaccurate. Now I'm with my blowgun and with tubes on a slingshot. Oh, interesting. I don't understand what the problem is, Mateo, with the... What exactly is making the bands inaccurate, in your opinion? Find out tomorrow. Thought it was yesterday, supposed to, but answer pictures if it's okay. Start. I hope you're going to be back in action pretty soon there, brother Squatch, brother Leon. Once you're back on, we should do another live shoot when you're feeling good. When that old arm is feeling back to normal, back to normal-ish. Slingshot used in childhood to drop fruits from trees and scare monkeys who used to steal clothes from the terrace. That's crazy. There we go. A little notch is looking pretty good now. That was basically to get inside this cup. It's going to be tough. There's a lot of funny little angles in here. I tried getting it with a flap disc the best I could, just to try to clean it up the best as possible. And well, it worked somewhat. We got some of the junk out, but it's going to take a lot of work to get that cleaned up. Yeah, it was actually pretty crazy. I posted that video of those of that tip that that Rex gave me for the Catchbox, using the what do you call those things there, cable ties. Man, what a big deal. And sure, that thing made, and I got it set up in the Catchbox. I will probably take a few more shots, or a few shots a little bit later when I'm done just this little bit of sanding here. But Zach ends up hitting me up with a message saying, "Hey, congratulations on the 10K," and I didn't realize that I had made it yet. Basically, earlier on this week, I had reached 9,999 like 3 times, and then the last time I checked was like, I just didn't make the 10,000. I just kept on getting very, very close, and then it would and then I would drop back down to like I don't know, like 9,990, 89, 88, something like that. And I kept on kind of bouncing back and forth between the two. And I was starting to freak out a little bit. I'm like, oh man, what the hell is going on? You know, like people are coming in and out of the channel like nonstop. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to stop paying attention to this and just go about my business as per usual. And it's going to happen. So, sure enough, I just chilled, and when I released that video, Zach hit me up with a message saying, "Hey man, congratulations on your 10K." And I'm like, "No way, finally did it!" And I checked it out, and we were at 10,003, and this morning we're at 10,006. So we're going in the right direction. What's up, Andy? I have 4 to 6 weeks till I'm loud in the truck with brace, then another few weeks so I could try to pick up a frame. Oh boy. Okay, well, I'll be waiting for you, bud. As soon as you're ready, we'll get that done. So I bought this this sandpaper I'm using here. This one's just a 400 grit, but it's automotive sandpaper. And I have some other ones, some wet dry sandpapers that work. I mean, they work. Not to talk shit about them, but they've got nothing on this. This sandpaper is freaking fantastic. I absolutely love it. I originally bought this sandpaper actually to start to sharpen knives. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but whenever I have a convex grind, instead of messing about with that on a stone, what I do is I put it on a mouse pad and I put that on there, and I just keep like an even pressure. And I got it all, I think it's all the way up to 2000 grit I have. We'll definitely not be using the 2000 grit on this, but it's all the way up to 2000 grit I got. And my goodness, does that stuff work great. And it's one of the ones, like, it's a wet dry paper. The stuff just keeps lasting. It just lasts and lasts and lasts. And it's actually the reason why I ended up going with this stuff instead of the other stuff that I have over there. Man, I made a mess of that inside, the inside of that core. It's going to take a lot of work to get all this cleaned out. I hate not being at work. Healing powers activate. Yes, sir. This is probably the only normal live I've come across. Estefani, what have you been bumping into? You gotta tell me. I know there's a lot of weird shit out there, but this is just a dude sanding, talking about random crap, so maybe it ain't that normal. What time is it? It is 10:20 over here. Who won the debate? That's a good question. I don't know. I didn't watch it. It's funny that they're calling it a debate when really it's just a fucking circus. Ooh, I should watch what I talk about, because good old YouTube is got their censorship shit going on again. Must be coming close to an election, so they gotta make sure they pad it for the people they want to win. Because in my last live, my one with Rob Cross and my last one with Hunter, both of them got flagged and demonetized. And that was just talking slingshots. So kind of stupid if you ask me. Are you doing a build video? Nah, I'm not doing a build video. Not on this one. This one was just me trying to figure some shit out, because I don't know. It sounds kind of funny, but for you machinists out there, you guys know what a step file is, right? So basically, I kind of had to figure out my steps on how I wanted to build these things. And one of the things I was wondering about, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do, was, you know, when you're cutting this section, piece goes in the front behind your clips. In the first build that I did, I ended up making two pieces identical like this, and then I was going to cut that piece off. Unfortunately, with the tools that I'm using, I couldn't really I couldn't really get them as even as I wanted, and they were kind of crooked. And when I say crooked, I'm talking about like a couple of thousandths of an inch off, like we're maybe 15, 20 thou or something like that. So maybe a 64th for you guys out there who are wondering what the hell I'm talking about. But for me, I didn't really like it. I wanted it to be a little more precise than that. So when I put my holy smokes, I'm way behind. Basically, when I put my my clips on, they're going to be as clean and as accurate as possible. So when you're looking at it, it's going to be like pretty much bang on. Now, have a look at that. That's looking much better. You saw how much of a mess it was before. It's definitely getting there. Looks pretty good. I know it's a bit weird with the reflections and the light and everything, but there's only a couple of little spots I really need to clean up. For the most part, it looks pretty good. Once we get that core kind of cleaned up, we'll switch over to a higher grit for the body of it, and I'm just going to run a quick pass over around the edges just to clean those guys up a little bit. There's still like a router cut, but I did sand a lot on the front and the back. Still that one little spot. Gone. All right. I'm a camper agent from Boy Scouts of America. Oh, cool. I was a scout leader for quite a few times, for quite a few years, back in the day when my son was involved, and really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, there was a bunch of politics that was involved that kind of ruined it for me, and I stepped away because of that. But for the most part, I found it really fun. I don't know if you guys in the U.S. have beavers and cubs for the younger ages, but I followed my son all the way through up until cubs, and then he kind of got fed up and wanted to leave. So sure enough, I stuck it out for one more season, helping out with the scouts because of my skill set, and the fact that they were missing some people. But we had a great time for the most part, except for all the politicky crap that was involved in it. But it was a great time, great experience. I think the kids loved it. We did a lot of cool stuff on the camps. Oh yeah, it's coming along quite nice. Actually, I'm kind of proud of how this is turning out. Hopefully nothing happens for me to screw it up, but so far I'm pretty happy with the way this thing is looking. Looks pretty badass, I think. I really believe in the program and what it does for kids. You know what? Me too. I found that you know, there were some kids that came to us that had you know, some confidence problems and whatnot, and it sounds kind of funny, but these little things that they start to do that that seemed to be pretty common for people, you know. Well, maybe not of their generation, but that was pretty common for you know, for kids to learn and do, you know, in their own homes. They start picking some of these things up, and slowly but surely, you could see their confidence levels just go through the roof when they're doing all these new things. And it was pretty crazy watching them kind of come into their own, gain these confidence things, and they become more self-reliant, which is super sweet. Not being afraid to try new things, and, you know, be more social, even some of them. I had a bit of a battle with the scouts. They didn't want to teach the kids axe skills, and I was basically telling them, I said, you're making a huge mistake by not teaching them how to use an axe properly, at least giving a demo and having them try it. And they're like, oh no, but it's too dangerous, it could be catastrophic. I'm like, yeah, it could be, you're absolutely right. But when you've got kids that have never used these tools before, they tend to be grown-ass adults that end up getting their first home and want to do some work in their yard, and they buy themselves an axe, and sure enough, they head out to their backyard, and they don't realize that the length of an axe, the shorter the axe, the more dangerous it is. So they tend to get themselves like a hatchet style or something a little bit smaller, and they end up hurting themselves because they don't know proper technique. And they made me do a whole demo on how to use axes of certain length. So I basically went from a hatchet all the way up to a full-length axe, and basically showing the technique of each one all the way up. And after seeing that, I think a lot of the leaders didn't really know how to use those tools themselves. But after showing them that, they had decided to let me go ahead with the demo and get the kids to learn how to use these tools properly and safely. And well, they got there, they did it, and it worked out great. So we got a bunch of kids we had a bunch of kids that were proficient using an axe or a hatchet, and it was an absolute win. Even though it was a battle, but it was one that was worth it. Maybe get in there a little bit more. Packing is good. Make a truckload, drive on yesterday. Great breakfast with mom. Oh, cool. Hey, what's going on, Rob? What's my son's age? Oh, now he's 16. Yeah, he's 16 in grade 11. His last year of high school. It's crazy how fast time flies. Absolutely crazy how fast time flies. So I'm pretty excited. I got another core coming in from I got another core coming in from Omega Slings. It's a nice brass one. I think we'll have a pretty cool frame getting set up with that one too. We'll see how it goes. I wasn't crazy about how thick this one was, or how wide it was going to be. But you know what? It's actually not that bad. It's coming out pretty good. Looking pretty badass, I think. And I just got to get the clips are feeling pretty good. I don't know if I'm going to go any lighter on that one. I am going to change my grit though. See if we can get a little bit, get into the 600s. What do we got here? Oh, that's 1200. We don't want that. That's 1,000. 1,000. 800. 600. Let's get to the 600. Yeah, I'll probably end up stopping at the 600. I think it'll be pretty good with the 600. Hey, hey, hey. What's the problem? It's just me making that noise. Benny, it's me. I thought I was scratching lotteries. I should be playing the lottery, actually. This way I won't have to go back to work after my vacation. Well, thanks, man. I try my best. I try my best. I try my best. I'm not perfect all the time. I know that. But you know what? I know some people, you know, they're really concerned about a bunch of things, and, you know, when raising kids. And the most important thing for me as a father or a parent was not, you know, if my son was going to be the best in school, or he's going to be the smartest kid around, or you know, become rich. And don't get me wrong, all of those things would be awesome. I mean, we all want our kids to succeed to the best possible of their abilities. That's pretty obvious, I guess. But the most important thing for me was to raise a good person. And I honestly believe that we've achieved that. He's a very, very kind, thoughtful kid. He keeps putting empty containers back in the freaking fridge all the time, and empty cardboard things. But for the most part, I've got nothing but praise for that young man. He's an absolute stud, to be honest. And we're super, super proud of him. Hi, sir. I am from Korea. How you doing, Thunder Sports? Hey, Rob, what's going on, man? Shades? Benny Jet. Oh, it might be his arch enemy. He could probably smell him from walking down the street. Mark Townsend, what's happening, bro? Hey, shut it. Hey, how's it going, Jorge? All right, let's get that cup. There we go. I think that's 600. It's about as far as I'm gonna go on those sides. It looks pretty damn good. Yeah, even in the ass cheeks. Yep, pretty damn good. Now let's just get the rest of this thing, kind of sand it up. Looking good. A little bit of ruffiness on the sides here. Take care, Jeff. Watch out for the drones. Grace loves heavy metal. I'm new here. Well, welcome. Welcome, Grace. We're a bunch of slingshot shooters for the most part. And I'm actually in the middle of a build here. I'm just trying to sand things up, make everything look pretty. I'm actually not quite sure how, where did my pen go? There we go. Actually not quite sure how far I should go with the sanding, because everything looks fantastic when it's wet. But how is it going to look once it's all dried up is the question. Dried up and clean. I've got a couple of other things I'm going to have to do. I still got to countersink the holes for the rib nuts in the back, and I still got to make the clips. So I may be still working on this in a couple of days. Maybe we'll get it done today. Who knows? See if we can get this thing to dry up a little bit. And see what kind of level of polish that we're going to want to get on this thing. Or at least on the G10 side. Ah, yeah, okay, I see we're starting to dry up now. Yeah. Yeah, so you see, it's actually looking pretty good. But I think we should probably go to maybe 800 or 1,000 for the G10. See if we can really get that gleaming, if you know what I mean. Yep, I think we're gonna do it. This is 600. That's 800 count. We're gonna go a little bit more with the 800. We'll see how it all turns out. Sarah, am I into? Yes, I am. I absolutely love fishing, man. I'm sure you could, Rob. I'm sure you could. I'm definitely not anything special. I'm just taking my time and trying not to get impatient, because that's a big problem with me. I get impatient and I try to get things done quickly, and well, my work suffers because of it. So I'm going to try very hard to take my time and just kind of chip away at this thing and make it as nice as I can get it. And I was a little bit concerned about not having the rib nuts and stuff drilled quite yet, but I'm not too worried about it. Thinking about it now, I think what I'm going to do, so I don't scratch up the current finish I have, is I'm just going to give it a quick cover of tape. I've got some masking tape at home. I think I'm just going to give it a quick cover of tape while I go in for the drill and get all those all nice and cleaned up, and go to town. Go to town on this bad boy once it's just about ready to go. I just got to remember to change my direction to sanding. So if I'm sanding up and down on the first pass, I should go left to right on the second pass. Make sure you get any of those scratches and lines out. I think that'll be the best way to get the best possible finish on my product or on my part later. ASMR sanding with ATO. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry if this is boring, guys. I apologize. Try to get this thing looking as nice as possible. I don't want to make a trashy frame for my first one, even though my first one was probably a fail. I'm gonna see if I can get something out of it in the end, but I'm not convinced that it's going to turn out that other one. Unfortunately, there was major issues with the materials. I think if I will end up using that material again, but when I go and use that material again, I'm going to make sure when I cut it out, I'm going to route it, get it all into shape. And when I glue it all together, I'm going to make sure that I get absolutely nothing on the cover face to make sure that it stays pristine. So it'll take just slight minimal sanding to get it to pop, if you know what I mean. Go right into like 800 and 1,000 grit, and then call it good if you're feeling me. Yeah, faster Definitely faster material removal for sure, and you achieve a nicer polish doing it that way as well. I mean, if that's what you're going for, if you're going for that, what do you call that finisher? Like the what do you call it? Like a brushed finish. You probably don't really need to do that. You can just go in one direction, but I will say this though, this automotive sandpaper, it cuts so nice. It's so much better than this other stuff that I got. It's actually wild how much better it is, and how much longer and better and cleaner, and just seems to last so much better. Yeah, got a little bit more work to do. I shoot 8mm steel, 0.6 sniper sling, 25 to 17. Would I get better speeds if I use 0.55 or 0.5? Well, it all depends on what speed you're getting at the moment. But that's a really heavy taper for 8mm steel if you're shooting 0.6. That's that's some serious. That's a serious setup you got there, bro. I would definitely dial that back a little bit. I mean, I'm shooting 22 to 15, or 22 to 14, or 22 to 12 with my setup shooting 8mm steel, and I'm getting around 300 feet per second. Which is more than enough speed that I need for what I'm doing. And actually, if I was out hunting, I would probably use the exact same setup and not really worry about it too much. I know that I'm super accurate with that setup. I shoot really good with it, and really, when it comes down to it, we can argue about accuracy and what kind of power do you need in your bands to take game and all that stuff. But really, in the end, shot placement is key. Shot placement is king on everything you do if you're in a shooting sport. And whatever the most accurate setup you have is the one that you should be using for all things, in my opinion. You're out here, Ranger. Take it easy, buddy. Do I sell catapults from any website? I do sell them from time to time. I don't have a website. I basically, from time to time, I'll make a frame, and if somebody's interested, or if a bunch of people are interested, or if I want to sell it or anything like that, what I'll do is I'll put it up for a raffle. I do a raffle. I usually take about 16 people, $10 USD per buy-in, and I use a random comment picker to choose the winner. That's pretty much what I do. I don't have a website. I really don't have time to come out and be busting out frames on the regular like some guys do. I just don't have the time to do that, so I can't. But every now and then when I'm making frames, most of them have been natties that I've done. But whenever I have a nice natty that I want to put up for I'll usually either do it in a live or I'll do it in a I'll do it on Facebook. That's pretty much what I do. Grap Heart. Sup, my G? What's going on? How you doing? All right, let's let this dry off a little bit and see where we're at. Hello from Ireland. All right, we're starting to look pretty good. I think we've got a couple of spots maybe we need to get a little bit more sanding done on. Maybe drop it down to 1,000 grit. I don't know, or we'll go a little bit more with the 800 and see where we land. I think we'll do that. This has got to be by far. This has got to be by far the. Yeah, this is probably the worst part about any kind of build is the is the sanding. Sanding is rough, man. Let me tell you. I've got some other materials in my cart that I haven't purchased yet, but I've got the. It's looking pretty damn good, I think. I just want to get that black as possible. You know, when it tends to dry off, it looks a little bit on the on the grayish side, like a charcoal or something. But I want to get it to a point where it's like really, really black, like it looks like it's wet, is what I'm hoping. Yeah, let's see if we can hop that up to 1,000 grit now. It's 800. There's 1,000 grit. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to try out GZ Creek Green 0.54 or 0.5 to get a little bit of band slap. The extra center swing I thought would be a bit overkill for the 8mm steel. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit too much if you're doing a 25-17 taper. That's way overkill. And actually, you're probably having some band life issues too, I'd imagine, with that setup. When you start going way too heavy like that, it can cause you some band life issues. It's like overpowering your bands is actually one of the worst things you can actually do for them. And if you really want to get them zipping, I highly recommend doing a little bit of experimenting with some actually lighter bands. It'll also drop down your draw weight, and it'll also make you a little bit more accurate. So it's something to think about. But definitely going in the 0.55 or 0.5 direction is definitely what I would recommend for for 8mm steel. Definitely what I would recommend. I've used 0.6 with 8mm steel before, but my taper was 18 to 10. 18 to 12 is what I used, and I got really great speeds with it. It shot great. I actually have that on one of my natties. I went with a little bit of a more narrow fork on that build, and decided to use some 18 to 12.6 on there, and I was still getting screaming speeds with it. Can you use solid tubes like the ones used in float fishing? Those are latex, but they're solid, no hole through. I'd imagine you probably could. I've never tried it. Might be worth giving it a shot though, and see. It definitely couldn't hurt, man. I don't know what they would charge for those. If it's actually worth it, if you're just better off buying actual tubes or latex for slingshots. I gotta tell you though, it's really nice not coming out here and having to sand with a freaking mask on. I really hate wearing that respirator, and because I'm on vacation, you can see I'm going full caveman here. I really don't plan on I really don't feel like shaving, and you can't get a good seal on your mask when you're looking like a gorilla, if you know what I mean. So I really can't wait for that brass core to come in. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I have some blue micarta. I have some blue micarta, and I have some should I use the blue micarta? I don't know if I'm going to use the blue micarta. I might just get some new materials to go with it, but I always find brass and black look great together. But I also want to throw in an accent on the inside, something nice in color to set off the brass on the inside. Not sure what I'm going to use just yet, but I would really like it if I could get some brass. I got the brass. Well, the brass is on the way. The core's on the way. But if I can get some brass with maybe some royal blue with some black liners, maybe, or I don't know. What would you guys suggest to go with brass? Good color scheme with brass. What would you use? Homemade slingshots. What's going on, man? Got a little homemade slingshot in the works right now. Give you a quick look at it. It's a Aries core I picked up from Omega Slings. We got some red and black G10. Got the red liners going on with the black exterior. So far, looking pretty damn good. Yep, really happy with that. Just trying to get it all sanded up, looking pretty. And I'm probably going to take a little bit of a break soon and just take a few shots. I've been at this thing for an hour already. One thing I really noticed with these cores, though, when you get them and you take them out of the package, and when you're looking at them with your eye, they look pretty damn good. What I would absolutely suggest is, before you do any work on them or any sanding or any gluing or anything like that, get them onto the flattest surface you could find. Get them onto the flattest surface you could find and give them a nice sanding to make sure that they're flat. I know it sounds like you're kind of splitting hairs and they're looking at it and you're like, wow, that's pretty damn close to flat, or it looks flat to me. You'll be surprised what you can actually take off on those things. And sometimes one little bump can mess up your whole gluing process and just really piss you off. Here we go. Let's have a look at this. Hands are taking a beating. €6 for a 6 meter long solid tube, 2 millimeters thick. There we go. That's looking, I don't know, you guys see any difference? I don't know, I just find it just keeps that same level of gray all the time. I mean, it's definitely smoother. It feels great in my hand, but I just don't know if it's I just don't know if it's getting to where I want it to be. I know some guys, they polish them somehow. I'll see if I can get you into the light and take a look at it. I'll spin you around a little bit. Oop. Okay. I got a little bit of work. I got to do in there. I should have got it out in the light before too. And that one's looking all right. A little bit in that corner. Yep, cups are gonna need some more work, but for the most part, it's actually looking all right. Might need to get a little bit more in there with that 1000 grit. Maybe go up to 1500, but I think we're on the right track. Any builders out there who has some tips for me, I would appreciate it on how you get those things all shiny and black. I'd imagine, I would imagine that would require either some kind of polishing compound or, I don't know, maybe it's just a polishing compound. I really don't know. What do you guys use? Let's go to 1200. Let's see if we can get this up here. if anybody's got some tips, for the polishing part of it with the G10, I would love to hear your thoughts. I'm assuming it's probably just getting far down enough in grit with the sandpaper to where it's going to keep darkening up. It does look a little bit darker than the last one that in the last one that I did, which is the last. When I say the last one I did, I mean the last grit, I guess, when we let it dry out a couple of seconds and had a look at it. It definitely does look, I guess, a little darker, which is probably in the right there, a step. Basically a step in the right direction. I have some compound for knife sharpening, but it's green, and I'm a little bit concerned that it might change the color of my I'm a little concerned it might change the color of my red, you know, the red G10 that's in there. I do have a buffing wheel in the garage, so maybe I can have a go with it on the buffing wheel a little bit, see how it goes. It might be worth it, giving it a try. I just don't want to get the I just don't want to get it too polished, I guess you could say, on the aluminum. I'm not a big fan of that crazy polished look. I much prefer the kind of, actually, I'm loving the way the aluminum was looking right now, which is great. I just want to get the G10 part of it there, I guess. Yeah, Smo was in here just earlier. I don't know where he's gone to, if he's still around or not, but I tell you though, all the sanding's getting me hungry. You know, I got to tell you, I was using, when I was cutting out these materials, I was kind of blown away at how hard it is on knives, on blades. And sure enough, I bought these kind of cheapy diamond grit blades off of Amazon. And holy crap, what a difference. Can I show my knees? It's for a science project. No, I can't. Hey, since you've been a good boy, here you go. Have some of that one. Why did I delete what dude? Knee reveal, please. You're not going to see my knees, my friend. Hey, Chuck and Steel. Have a look at this, bro. It's that putting that Aries core to work. That other one turned out to be a disaster, or an incomplete disaster, I guess we'll call it. We had some major issues with that. I had some major issues with that carbon fiber. It just anytime you do anything to it, it just starts flaking. So I think that one will probably be a kind of a loss, I guess. We'll see if I can get something out of it later on. But I decided to switch gears and get this Aries done. And see how it turns out. And so far, I'm pretty damn happy with it. I'm just not sure what kind of clips I'm going to put on it yet. If I want to put the like a silver or a metal one. Or if I'm just going to do a black G10 one. I think I'm just going to do the G10 clips on this one. Just because it's going to be a little bit easier and I've got everything I need to make it match. The only steel I have in my I guess in my stock, we'll call it, is some 1084 that I bought to make a knife with. And that's going to be kind of a tough build, actually, to get that to where it needs to be. Just for clips, you know, drilling the holes and getting all that done. This one, I think maybe we'll just go with the black clips and we'll see how it goes. And maybe what I'll do is, if when I get those, I have some of those little cups for your screws. Instead of using black ones like I bought, I'll put black ones on for the time being, but I'll order some red ones. And the red ones will make a nice accent to go with the frame. All right. My hands are cramping. Whoa! My hands are cramping. The magnet's trying to kill me. Yeah, go G10. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I think at this point, guys, let me get this hand dried off so I don't keep on wetting it every time I turn it around. But I think at this point, all we need is to get it onto the polisher on the bench grinder. See if we can polish it up. But so far, yep, I think ATO is pretty happy with this one. Yeah. I'll give you a little twirl in the sunlight, show you where we're at. Don't need to see me. So that's where we're at, guys. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that, actually. I think once we get this onto the polisher, we'll clean that up real nice, and then yeah, then we'll be pretty much good to go. Just got to get some clips on there and take some shots. It holds pretty nice. Yep, that's what's in your future frame. I use Dawn dish soap when wet sanding. Is that what you use? Yeah, that's what I'm using, dude. I got some Dawn dish soap in there. And actually, here, I'll give you a look. Still got lots of bubbles in there. Stuff works great. All right, I'm going to let that dry out for a little bit now. And move this table aside. See if we can take a few shots. My hand is absolutely killing me though. For all this work and sanding. Yeah, and surprise, surprise, got the Aries. You know, it's kind of funny. Catapult Power, thank you very much. I was kind of disappointed when that first build kind of fell apart, and it wasn't really it didn't really fall apart, but it wasn't really my fault. The materials were probably not the best. I think maybe in the future I'll use those. I'll use that stuff for something. I don't know. I have a very small amount of it, so it doesn't really matter. It just sucks that it's kind of wasted. Kind of a wasted purchase, I guess you could say. And anyway, we'll see if I can get some get something out of it. But woo, yep, my release hand is not doing good. I had I've been doing a lot of working with my hands in the last couple of days, and I feel like I'm getting some arthritis or something in my index finger. It's not doing me any favors. That's for damn sure. Yeah, hurts like hell. Actually, trying to shoot. Yeah, I'm shooting all over the place. This is gonna be an absolute disaster. Prune fingers don't help. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, the Aries is the frame for me. I know that this one, I'm kind of curious to see how it's gonna shoot, because it is slightly different than this one from Tim, or made by Tim. So I'm curious to see if it's going to be as good of a shooter, because it seems like the forks are a little bit longer. All right. Let's see if we can do a little adjustment to get rid of this pain I got in my finger a little bit. Yeah, that might work. Yeah. Yep, I'm gonna stink it up today. My hands are so dead. Cooler weather too. Shooting so much my trigger finger hurts. It's pretty much what I got going on, man. I started having a bit of pain, and then I started working on that first one, and then sure enough, I started having a bit of an issue with these builds I've been working on. Having an issue with these builds I've been working on, and then anyway, we finally got it. You see how bad I'm missing? This is crazy. There we go. Barely got that one. Yeah, the latent frames are taller for the clips. Yeah, I bought a set of the clips. I'm not really a fan of what they use to lock the screw in the back. I don't like those plastic inserts for plastic. Typically, you'd end up having to heat those up and push them into whatever it is you're setting them up, and you could feel them in from the back end. I'm not crazy about that, but I think I'm just going to use the riv nuts instead. I'm going to have to see if if I can still use the clips part of it. It'll be nice, but the hole seems to be pretty big for an M3 riv nut. Unless I put that on a frame. You know, I have like really long riv nuts, and I pop the riv nuts directly into the clip and just have the cup cover them. That might work. But they would look fantastic on this frame. Maybe I'll bust them out and see if I can figure something out with them. But the little screws are going to be too small. Those things are going to slop around. I don't like that. Tim's is the true original design measurements. It's only 2 millimeters though. It's only 2 millimeters difference between these ones and the other ones for the fork height. Here, I'll let the pup in. Hey, buddy, you want one of these? Or you want to go and lie down and have a nap? It's okay. Here you go. I love this type of slingshot. Yeah, me too, Hugo. This is probably my favorite slingshot. It's usually my best shooter, but my hands are toast from all that sanding. And ever since we switched up the Catchbox with those new cords, they're holding up real well, which is great. I've got them in this one here, and I've got them also in my spin trap, which is sweet. Oh man. I buy Slingshot on Amazon. Yep, it's all in the forks though. Oh, interesting. Top archery slingshot. Yeah, I did a video. That was actually my first video. Was a top archery slingshot. I can't even remember what it was called. Tarp archery. I don't know. I can't remember what it's called. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, I'm actually kind of curious now to see if I can get those metal clips onto that frame with the riv nuts. If I can do that, I'll be pretty happy to get that thing shooting, maybe even today. We'll see. And I think the metal ones will look good with the metal core. So I don't know, something to try out, I guess. Maybe what I'll do is I'll put the metal ones on for now, try it out, see if I can do any shooting, and then possibly make one of the G10 clips on it if I prefer the way those will look, and we'll see from there. I was out shooting the python Aries a couple days ago, and I can't for the life of me find it anymore. I brought it inside the house and put it somewhere, and who knows. I've been kind of flying by the seat of my pants the last couple of days, and now that we're on, I'm on vacation, living life, enjoying it. Ah, that little blue one's pissing me off. We're gonna get it right now. Kind of skimmed it and it slipped over the knot a little bit. See if we can knock it back. Okay, that was close. I gotta hit it on the I just gotta skim the side of it to try to toss it back to the right. Well, at least I got it. That's all that counts. Kevin, what's going on, buddy? Later, Chad. Take it easy, bro. Hey, how's it going, Kevin? Just to show you what we're up to today. I've got this little build going. Actually, I'm kind of regretting it now. I wish instead of using the carbon fiber pins, which you can almost not see at all anymore. I wish I would have used some silver pins, maybe even aluminum pins. I think that would have looked badass. Nice shiny little pins right in the middle of all that. That would have looked pretty cool. Actually, you know what? Now that it's actually drying right out, I'm pretty happy with the way that looks. I might try to slap it on the buffer real quick. Yeah, it does give it a cool, clean finish, but I think I don't know. I guess I'll just have to make another one. I'll tell you what though, Chuckin', feels damn good. I have brass. I could probably put brass on it, but it won't match anything else. That's the only issue. It won't match the color scheme, but I do have a brass core coming, and I've got brass clips for that. So we will be doing that. I just got to figure out what I'm going to use to finish it off with. What other colors I'm going to use for the build. The brass cores should be on the way, actually. I think it's on the way. Crazy. I thought that the shock cord was going to solve some of those bounce outs on those on that leather flipper, but I think maybe my bands might be shooting a little bit too hot, and they're just bouncing right off the damn thing. Anyway, I'm gonna let the pup out. He looks like he's up to no good. Come on, buddy. I got a cookie for you right there. There you go. Ooh. ATO toilet seat drop activate. Yeah, I need all the help I can get, Hoggy. I'm struggling today, buddy. Hell yeah, it's party. Coin worker, what's happening, bro? Yeah, so it's pretty pretty crazy that we actually hit that 10,000 subscribers, man. I'm kind of blown away. I gotta put together a giveaway now for all the people on my channel, but there should be all the people who follow the channel. I'm not going to announce it though. I don't want to have 10,000 trolls all of a sudden subbing my channel. So I think what I'll do is have a kind of a stupid video just to fuck with people. And then for those of them who stick it out, oh, that hit hard. For those of them who stick it out right to the end, they'll find out that there's a giveaway happening, and I think we'll do it that way. Made it back. What's up, Jeff? Why do I hunt innocent animals? Ah, Michael. Do you see me hunting, bro? Yeah, thank you. Toss that guy out. I don't need to hear that shit. Nobody's hunting nothing here. There's always got to be a few, eh? For eat the animals. Exactly, Hugo. It's one of those, anyway, I'm not going to get triggered. I promised myself I'd be nice. So, here we are. Hey, Coin, check this out, buddy. I got my first build going with modern materials, and this is what I got going. Just doing all the wet sanding for it today. It's looking pretty damn good. I might go a little bit further actually on the black with maybe some 2000 grit or 1500. The last one I did was 1200. I missed a couple of spots actually right up here. Got to get those little guys done. But if you're still down for that live this Sunday, buddy, hopefully I'll be shooting this. Yeah, man, I'm pretty happy. It's my first build ever with modern materials. I've only made things out of wood before, so I'm kind of happy how this one's turning out. I did start a build with that. I don't know if you saw it or not, but that copper and carbon fiber. But man, I'm having trouble with that stuff. That material's a real bitch. That material's a real bitch. Every time you touch it, a little bit of it flakes off and you get this big shiny copper bit popping out, which kind of sucks. It gives you no wiggle room for sanding. That's the biggest issue, I think. So hopefully we can get that dialed in and see if we can fix that. Yeah, fix that or save that build anyway. It's another Aries, but I modeled it off of the one that's in my hand. I modeled it off of this one. So it should be pretty cool. We'll see how it turns out. Cool. I'll shoot you a message a little bit later on, maybe today or tomorrow, and we'll come up with a plan and a time and all that stuff. I think it'll be fun. We'll have a great time. You see that guy? He slipped right out of the way. Oh man, I'm stinking it up today. Trent P, what is the best rubber band and how much millimeter? That really depends, Hugo, but I'll let Trent answer that one. How do I make those? Talking about the Slingshot? Well, the first thing I did is, you see that metal core that's in there? I ordered that metal core from omegaslings.usa, omegaslingsusa.com. And I use that template to draw out all my shapes on all my other materials. So the red G10 and the black G10. That's what I used. And then it just comes down to shaping them out, cutting them out, doing a lot of sanding. I mean, I was sanding for over an hour to sand this guy out. It feels pretty damn good. I mean, for my first build, I'm pretty very happy with how this turned out. So, yeah. What do I think about air rifles? I pretty much love anything that you could shoot stuff with. If that's what you're wondering. Mark, what are the best taper band sizes to cut for them to last long? Well, that's a tricky question. Because it's not really the taper that's the issue, in my opinion. The biggest issue is your elongation, is what you're cutting your bands to. If you're really trying to get, a tremendous amount of speed out of your bands, and you're cutting them really, really short, so they almost max out at your draw length, you'll never get a good long lasting taper out of any band that you use in that case. That said, basically, if you're just trying to set up your set to get reasonable speeds, you'll get more out of your bands than you will normally. So if you're using, hold on, who was it that asked me that question in the first place? Catapult Power. So basically, in me personally, what I use for my bands is 22 to 14 for .45 elastic, and I use 22 to 12, sometimes 22 to 14 for 8mm steel on 0.5 elastic. Now, there's a clear difference on draw weight between the two. The lighter of the two, I usually shoot better, but I get quite a lot of life out of my bands shooting like that. So in this case, I've got this set that's on here. It's been on here for quite a long time. It's a 0.5. Everything's looking pretty good. I've got probably somewhere around 300 shots through this thing so far, including about the 100 I've shot today. So, I mean, it's pretty damn good. What is the most badass gun you own? I don't own any guns anymore. That's long gone. Slingshots and bows for me. That's it now. Oh, fuck, man. This is brutal. Brutal, brutal, brutal. Ah. It's got nothing to do with the Canadian gun laws, man. It's got nothing to do with that. I can get into the story about why my family got rid of all their guns and all that stuff, but it's kind of a personal issue. To make a long story short, we took in somebody that had drug issues, and to try to help them, we knew that having things that could be sold or played with in the house was going to be dangerous, so we removed them, because that person's life was more important than pew-pews. Do you shoot recurve? I got a recurve and a compound. Then I would say Etier just gave a perfect info. Go with electric white from Meg Slings. Yep, that's what I would do. Thank you, Coin. This was years and years ago, unfortunately, long before the recent gun laws. But my wife is a very anti-gun person also, so I mean, if I was to go back and get something, I would pretty much only get two. Both of them would be rifles. One would be a shotgun, and the other one would be a 22 rifle. And with those two, I would be able to put food on my table anytime I want. SoCal, I love it. Thanks for the information. I was about 17 centimeter band length, as I don't max out my bands, but I love 8mm steel. 1mm band thickness. After 500 shots, they snap. Yeah, there's your old, well, what's your taper you're using on that 1mm band thickness? That's way too thick. And if you're getting 500 shots out of a band set, that's pretty damn good, dude. I wouldn't worry about that. Please don't block me because I'm black. Why would I block you? Hello, y'all. I'm from Kentucky. What's up, crazy hillbilly? Shades is driving. Well, stop texting, dude. 22 to 14. Oh, okay, that's pretty good, but that's pretty heavy for 1mm and 8mm steel. You don't need that. You could reduce that by half minimum. Go to 0.5 bands or 0.45 bands with 8mm steel. You'll still get around 300 feet per second, probably around the same speed you're getting with the 1mm, and they'll last just as long. I would definitely go to OmegaSlingsUSA.com and pick yourself up some Omega Slings Electric White or Green. And yeah, both of them are excellent bands. Actually, I'm going to put the Aries down in a second here, and we're going to shoot the oh, can't end on a miss like that though. And we're going to shoot the Wasp Apex for a little bit. I got some green on that one. Man. Wow. When was the last time you saw me suck this bad, guys? No joke. Oh my goodness. Yeah, forget it. I'm gonna put down this sling. we're gonna try something else. My last live. Oh, you're doing me dirty like that, coin. Shay, stop reading the comments. Boo hiss. I know, man. I'm stinking it up. Man, brutal. Yeah, this one's going to shoot lower. That's a problem I was having with the other one for whatever reason. I must have been speed bumping. My hand's killing me, so who knows. Here we go. Got an episode of Cops going on back there. It's actually kind of funny. They in behind my house there, it's a straight piece of highway that's about 4 or 5 kilometers long. Straight, dead straight. There's a weigh station on that section, and there's cops always there. They must make millions of dollars off that one little stretch of road every single year. And the crazy thing is, in wintertime, Instead of cop cars, there's ambulances and fire trucks from all the accidents that happened there. That whole section turns into black ice every single year, and it's just non-stop crashes. Sure, sounds good, Catapult. I'm interested to hear what you got. Yeah, bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? Yeah. From upstate New York. What's going on, man? I used to spend a lot of time in New York State, up pretty close near the Canadian border. Out near Rouse's Point. I don't know if you know that area or not, but he used to have a little trailer out there and spent years going back and forth between the two. What's the deal, brother? There's no deals, man. Ah, from Lake Placid. Cool. I quite like New York State. Can't stand the city, but I love the state. Spent a lot of time there right on Lake Champlain. It was fantastic. Oh, miss. When I was 5, I was hit in the high with a slingshot, and I'm terrified of them even to this day. Oh no. Never been to Michigan. Cortland, New York. Man, I would love to get a template for one of these guys and make one of these. I might put one together myself and see how it goes. See if I can get a an ATO custom apex going. That would be pretty cool. That place was pouring on film. When I was 5, I was hit in the head with a titty. Can't stop thinking about them now. Me too. Me too. It's actually a severe addiction. I plead insanity. I'm crazy about them. Oh, man. Oh, you're killing me, guys. Killing me. Titties for the win. What's up, Tracy? Oh, nice little streak of 5 there. That was all right. What would be a good start setup? Scout from Simple Shot. Yeah, I agree. Scout from Simple Shot would be good. The 701 from Omega Slings would be good. Apex would be good. Enzo would be good from Wasp. There's lots of them out there, but if you're in the US, Scout LT or something from Omega Slings, it'll be pretty damn good. A lot of decent slingshots. I would definitely go on the lighter end to start off with, maybe a 0.5 or 0.45 elastic with 8mm steel. And yeah. Go from there, work your way up if you want to go heavier ammo. But if you go too heavy, you're going to require a heavier elastic. And you're going to find your progress will be a little bit slower because you'll have to get used to pulling those heavy bands. A little shaky on that one. There we go. But just to let you know, these bands on this Apex are the same bands that I did when I did the review. And every time that you've seen me shoot live, it's been the same bands. These ones today, same bands. And I've shot it a bunch of times off of camera with the same bands. So I've got, I can't even tell you how many shots I've got through this elastic. It's crazy. Yay clamps, yay flippers. I'm a clips and flippers guy. I don't know if I can get on board with those clamps. Yeah, agreed. Omega Slings and Simple Shot have the best starter packs too. Hey Rex, what's going on, brother? You remember those pictures I sent you yesterday? We've made some progress. What do you think? I don't know if you saw that or not because you're just listening. But anyway. Don't read the comments if you're driving, you old dinosaur. Rex, are you driving, bro? Clamps for life. You're clipped if you think otherwise. I must be clipped. I'm clipped and flipped. Oh man, I'm gonna have to get me some lunch. I don't know what time it is. Correct. I'm getting pretty damn hungry. What are we at? Oh, it's almost noon. That's it. I've been going hard today. Yeah, I'm kind of itching to see if I can get those latent clamps on there. Oh, you see, I just did it. I just said clamps. Oh man, you guys are converting me slowly but surely. I was definitely a clip guy. Stop listening to that kind of crazy talk. I really want to try to see if I can get those on there. put a couple of rounds through that thing. I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that, how that turned out. We got ATO. Man, must be because I'm hungry or thirsty, or hungry and thirsty. Ah, clamps. Oh man, and this is live too. I'm gonna have to delete this one. I don't want anybody knowing I'm a closet clamp guy. Oh no. Clamps are for champs. Greetings, friend. You are the best sniper. Excellent practice. Thank you. Oh, that was a miss. There we go. Got that one back. Just got that one. Oh, a little low. You out here, Hoggy? What's up, Cray Cray? Cray Cray for duckies. That's awesome. How do you do that? Is so cool. I'm doing good. How are you? I'm glad you enjoy it. I guess you missed the first part of the video if you're just popping in, but I was actually building this one. Put this guy together, was doing some sanding, and we got just about finished, ready to shoot. And yep, that's it. Don't delete this video. I won't, don't worry. I was just kidding. What league setup is my favorite? Well, usually I shoot best with this slingshot here. I use Omega Slings Electric White 0.5 or 0.45 in the green, and I shoot 8mm steel. I taper my elastic from 22 to 14 on the 0.45, and sometimes 22 to 12 or 22 to 14 on the other one, on the 0.5. But that's my pretty much go-to, and I like microfiber pouches, which what I'm shooting today. And yep, that's pretty much it. I am shooting like trash today, unfortunately, but I just spent about an hour and 30 minutes sanding and my hand is toast, so nothing's feeling right. But we're still getting some hits, which is good. But I'm pretty excited because I've got some more of this elastic coming, because I was just about out. This is the 0.45 Omega Slings Olympus Green, and I really like it. 43 people on a random afternoon. I know, man, it's crazy. And we've been pretty much going around this amount. I think we started off at around 50 or so, and it's kind of been going. I don't know anything about slingshots, so I'm confused. Well, basically, you just need a fork, some kind of elastic band. I mean, these are called flat bands. There's also tubes that you see sometimes. And yep, that's pretty much it. You put a little ball inside of a pouch, and with a little bit of practice, you start hitting little tiny targets like that. And it's pretty cool. Brandon Watts, Canadian? Yes, I am. Tried to send a GIF and failed. Uh-oh. It won't accept GIFs on here? I have no idea. I've never tried that. Anyway, very cool. My grandma was from Canada. Oh, cool. Whereabouts was she from, Brandon? Here you go. You're being a good boy. Here you go, buddy. There you go. Toronto. She's not still there, is she? Clamps guy from Futurama. Oh man. Toronto's turned into a mess. Toronto's a big mess now. She's dead now, but she got us citizenship in the 60s. Oh, cool. Have I checked out Dragon Slingshots yet? It's a must. Glenn, put a link down in the comments below there, buddy, and I'll check them out. I'll screenshot it right now while we're chatting, and I'll go and check them out. From Georgia. There we go. I'll take that. Wow. Hunger's real. And this frame likes to be pointed a little bit while you're shooting. And I find when I start getting a little bit tired, I overpoint or underpoint. And when I do that, I shoot to the right. Could be that I'm also not stacking properly, which seems to be it. Thanks, Brandon. I'm pretty decent at it. I got no life, and that's all I do is shoot slingshots. A little bit of YouTube, and I play with my dog, and that's about all I'm interested in this life, unfortunately. That and a little bit of fishing. Woo, crazy bounce out on that one. There we go. There we go. It's actually amazing how many times I've hit that little blue fella. I must have, I don't know how many times I've actually hit it. Those wasp flippers, they really do take a beating. And I do shoot a pretty hot band set. So, I think these bands are just about to give up the ghost. I did feel a, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Look. See that? I've got a little cut here and a little cut there. Yeah, that's it. That's it for that one. But those bands got a shit ton of shots through it. Does that contaminate? Yeah, it does, Brandon. Basically, I've got a build on this. That's just a Rubbermaid container. I put in a little dowel on the top, and I hang this special kind of material curtain in the back, and it absorbs the shots, and most of the time it'll drop it down on the bottom. I do get some bounce outs from time to time, but it does work. It does work quite well. And considering that I'm shooting an 8mm steel projectile that weighs about 2 grams or somewhere around there, it would have lasted longer if you tied it like me. Yeah, I'm sure, Coin. It's my problem. I like crystal string for time pouches. Yeah, not me. I'm a constrictor knot guy with butcher's twine. But yeah, I'm sending those little shots for around 300 feet per second. So you can imagine what kind of beating that thing takes. Oh, okay, buddy, you gonna go in the house and just chill? You go chill. All right, let's see if we can get back on target. Amber belt for the win. It's crazy talk, Coin. It's crazy talk. Yeah. All right, see if we can put a couple of pokes on that little guy over there with the Aries. The Aries wasn't working very good with me today, so we'll see how this one goes. Woo. It's definitely a hotter band set. We've got some, this is 0.5 on here. Yeah, I'm shooting a little bit higher than usual. Just gotta figure that out and then we'll be good to go. There we go. Yeah. Yep. This one's just not doing it for me today. I don't know what the deal is. I much prefer those pouches. Now they feel a little bit better for me. These ones, I don't know. I think this one got oil in it or something because it's kind of sticky. It's weird. I don't know what the deal is. Yeah. Yep. There we go. Barely a hit on that one. Man, stinking it up with this today. I don't know why. Do I hunt with a slingshot? You can. I can't. Unfortunately, in my province, it's illegal. If I want to hunt with a slingshot, I have to go to Ontario. Mark, you should do a 3 or 4 wrap roll before doing. I've done that with the amber belt. It doesn't work for me. Do I hunt? Yeah, I can't do it where I'm at. Good morning, Mark. You owe me. I had to watch Kamala Harris ad to get in here. They're putting that on my videos? You're shitting me. No, sis Vinny. Please tell me that's not true. That is tyrannical. I can't believe they put that shit on my ads. I'm gonna block that shit. Come on. Were you able to skip it at least? Let's watch Kamala Harris. Oh man, I owe you. I'm so sorry, dude. Oh man. Oh, and actually, you know what? We have this. Used to be our our foreign trades minister or whatever the hell she is. Her name's something Jolie. This chick has a conversation saying, Canadians don't want an election. Canadians want to be governed, is what she said. And then somebody starts to talk and she says, whoa, whoa, I'm talking now. This is what she says. She pulls a Kamala Harris. I couldn't fucking believe it. And you know what? There's nothing more than I think a good 80% of Canadians want is an election. There's nothing more. They want all those retards gone. And it ain't going to happen anytime soon because they're going to sit there and collect their pensions. Thoughts on Trudeau? Oh, man. We're going to use this language just to make sure that I don't get this one flagged too and blocked. But when the election happens and he will get voted out, I hope he leaves the country and goes to whatever shithole he's trying to turn Canada into. I hope he goes and lives there and doesn't come back here ever again. Have you locked up your pets yet? What are you talking about? I don't know. He's wanted somewhere because he's definitely pulling the strings for some asshat somewhere. I don't know who they are or where they are or what their little group is, or if it's a WEF, it's a WHO, if it's whatever 3-liter fucking thing you can put together. But whatever it is, take that clown and go live in some bullshit island somewhere and don't ever come back here. And take all your buddies with you. I don't want him, Andy. I don't want him. Him and Jacinda. Trump says immigrants are eating pets. I just saw a video actually in Italy. Some dude was cooking a cat that he had caught right on the street in Italy, and she was going off on him. The guy was probably starving to death, but he found some family's cat, killed it, and he's cooking it on a little fire right on the street. Craziness. Ooh, dirty. That one was good. When I was a kid, I'm actually not even going to tell that story. Forget it. Forget I even spoke. Say it. No, are you blind? Okay. Alf suddenly popular again. Yeah. Yeah, so basically, okay, I'll tell the story. So basically, when I was a kid, I lived in this project, I guess you could call it. And right around the time when Somalia was blowing up, Canada being Canada, took a whole bunch of them from people from Somalia and moved them into my neighborhood. Now, it was kind of crazy because a lot of them that moved here instantly dove right into crime, which was nuts. A lot of them became drug dealers and all kinds of stuff, and there was gang violence between the Somalians and the Haitians. They were beating each other with hammers and all kinds of crazy stuff. Wow, man, my troll game is like amazing today. Boop, see you later, douchebag. So yeah, we had these like all-out wars on the streets. They were just smashing each other and hitting each other with hammers and stabbing each other and all kinds of crazy stuff. And they were all trying to fight and see who can get control of the area. Unfortunately, some of the people that that moved here were never lived in apartments before. So it was actually crazy. They moved in, and we knew this guy Romeo. He was a concierge, janitor, and used to go around taking care of the buildings. You know, fixing broken pipes and leaks and windows and all this kind of stuff. And sure enough, he went into one of the houses one time because he heard kids screaming, and the police showed up, and anyway, Romeo was called in to go open up the apartment. So he went down there, opened up the apartment, and there was we had like we had a park in behind, and these people took all the sand and dumped it in the apartment on the floor everywhere. There was sand everywhere, like 2 inches of it. Stole all the sand from the park and had the whole floor in sand everywhere, all over the house. They had their kids tied to the radiator so they couldn't go away, while wherever they were, I have no idea where they went. And they were shitting in the bathtub and using the sink to wash their hands, and they were using the toilet as a well. It was so crazy. And you feel kind of bad about these people, but I mean, you have to understand too that they were brought here, and where they're from, they shit in a hole in the ground. It's the way it is, and it's not a knock on them. They just don't know how to live in our society, unfortunately. And with bringing them over here, yes, you've done them a favor. Yes, you're giving them a check so they have some money, so they can buy food and whatnot. And you've given them lodging, but you haven't shown them how to live in our society. There's no education on that. So it kind of sucked for them, because they came here and it was just batshit crazy. I mean, they're probably out walking around or going to get some food or do some shopping. They didn't want to bring their kids with them. And don't forget the free sand. I know, it was crazy, man. And they ended up having a problem, and a lot of these people stuck around. Most of them that came over here got into crime, and it was just crazy in that area. I'm saying, okay, now that wasn't a good area to live in to begin with, so it is what it is. But I mean, when you're bringing people from anywhere, there needs to be some kind of an education on how everything works. M Story, what's going on, man? Jimmy Peter, what's happening? Yeah, you know what, dude? Angelo, I actually feel bad for them too, because regardless of where you're going or where you're gonna live, you really do need to learn the ways of the land, I guess you could say. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. That saying. It seems kind of crazy to to bring people in who's never lived in a modern home and expect them to figure out how everything works. I mean, when you think about it, if you're used to going to a well to get your water, the closest thing that looks like a well is a toilet. If you're the type of guy who likes to shit in a hole in the ground, and that's what you do in your country, you don't have the standard toilets that we have here. I guess you shit in the bathtub. It's kind of weird, but you'd think somebody's got to clean that at some point. Or maybe they just turned the water on and washed it down the drain. I don't know what they did, but it was like a giant clusterfuck in there. There was garbage everywhere, and anyway, the building got full of cockroaches, and it was just crazy. But you can't expect them to come into a place like that and do that. But that was a pretty crazy time living in that place. It was weird. And when I left there, take care, Angelo. Assimilate or be the weirdo forever. Well, yeah, I guess, eh? All right, we'll take one more shot. We'll end it on that note, I guess. All right, these bands are just about done too. I got another set that's on the way out here. That's it. Catch up on the video soon. Yes, sir. I'll see if I can get some video, get some stuff done today. I gotta eat something. I'm getting a little bit woozy. And anyway, I'm gonna go cuddle my dog for a little while and eat some lunch. All right, my friends, you guys stay safe, take care, get out and practice, be good to each other. I'll see you again soon. I love you guys, you're freaking awesome. Bye for now.